So I went for a drive there a couple days ago and picked up a miter saw. She's in pretty rough shape, as you can see. Hasn't been looked after that much, but she's an oldie, but she's a goodie. As a matter of fact, I had one years ago, and I just decided that I wanted another one. I kind of missed it. So now all I got to do is situate it in the shop here where I can get the best use out of it. And it's got a, needs, as I say, it needs a lot of TLC, but that's not a problem. You always wait until you see it when I get her all done. So it was quite a drive picking it up too. I had to go way down past Gravenhurst, but ended up we had a good day and things like that. So anyways, I'm gonna set this camera up here, and then I'll go get busy and change my whole shop around. That should be interesting. I ain't got much room in here as it is. It might be in the road. Now I can. There again, see, you'd like to be able to get at it when you need it. I know I haven't used it in 10 years, but I might need it. I guess it'll be all right for now. Another jig I made for cutting circles. I'll show you how that worked. Cut circles on the bandsaw or the table saw. This one's made for the table saw. So, there we go. But I think that's not bad. As I said, I don't mind. I wished I could have had, this wasn't in the road. I don't know any other layout. Unless you guys, one of you fellows have a shop that is about 16 by 16 and how you got it laid out, that'd be interesting to see too. Anyways, now this saw here, as you see, it's back in here, rusted all in there. This is all needs to be taken apart, oiled and greased. The rollers that this here slides, I'll show you. That allows this here, I should say, this here, loosen this, allows this to slide out, like so. Like so. But that here is so dirty and it's all rusted. So as you can see, it's pretty gruesome. I haven't even thought to see if it runs. Let me see. Good time to bought all this and not to see. taking the fellow's word for it, that's all. And he said, he seemed like a nice guy. He said, oh, it runs good, I just haven't used it. So let's see. Lock that in place so she don't get carried away. Yeah. Thumbs up. She runs good. So all we need to do now is clean the girl. My wife asked me the other day what am I going to name it, but I name everything. Now, these things have got all different adjustments on them. Like this is your rakers here. This stops the wood from kicking, which these table saws do. I've always had this off, but this one has got a pretty good little system. Got a handle on it, which stops it from, so it's not too bad. But it's all rusted up too. So this here, it turns, it's supposed to, but she's all seized up. Won't turn nowhere. This is supposed to crank up, at least that works. So, this here is a thing that you can turn it like making bevels. You don't need that one right now. I'm thinking I might take this thing off. And we'll see. Just an extra safety. It's not a bad thing. I don't like that rocking. So maybe I can see a few pieces of scrap. I don't know, in one of my other videos I told people I keep all them little angle things I cut off of wood just for this purpose. So to see if we can get all this cleaned up, I'll wipe her all off now with some WD-40. But this thing isn't turning on angles. It wants to turn, but let's see if I can maybe spray some of that with some WD-40 or something. See if she loosens her up a little bit. That there. That's the important part on these saws. Up in here there's like a bushing that goes around, and that, if you're not using it for angles much, it begins to seize up over time. But not a big deal. You just have to keep it clean, and like my older one, I always kept it nice so that See how that comes off now, that nice? Just pretty all gone. Yeah. I'll give her another little shot. Get up underneath there. The people with these old saws, oh, they're all wore out, but they're not really wore out. No, they just never use them properly, or they never use that part, and it just sits there not being used and corrodes up. But thing is that it does need. You can see all this here is really bad. I don't know. Yeah, you can see it there. That motor is pretty well all gummed up. So we'll just fix that right now. Get it up here so you can have the best view. I got another camera I bought a nice one. Well, I should say my son helped me out and buy it. And it's going to be taking some nice videos in the future. Spray her up. Let that soak run down in there. Now we'll see if she comes off a bit. Yeah, I got a reset button here in case something happens, you hit something. Usually what happens if you have a dull blade and you're not using it, which you shouldn't, especially on a radial arm saw, you should keep these blades really sharp, because then they don't get no quick kickback. I learned that lesson many years ago, 40 years ago, when I first bought mine, or 30 years ago. Yeah, no, 40 years ago. And I was cutting a piece of wood, and I didn't have that much money anyways at that time. So what happened was, I was cutting the wood, had a piece laying here, cutting the wood, and that thing just caught that wood and put it right straight through my garage door. So you have to be very careful. Put a new saw blade on there, works excellent. They're 10-inch, so you can use a good miter saw blade. And if you ever need to, this blade here for this saw may be dull, but over here for the table saw, hey, it'll run. You can get a few more miles out of it. It's just that you can't on here. These ones have to be sharp to work right. Safety factor number 1, blade sharp. Safety factor number 2, a good fence to hold the wood from going back. Always make it out of hardwood. So, but you get used to it. It just takes time. And yeah, get us a little more here. Coming up, pretty nice. You say you can never have enough rags either. In the old shop, she's a good thing. There's a screw on there. I don't know. See if that. I'll see if that can come off. No. Might not be able to see too much of me in the way here. I can take this off and get at the top of that. Maybe lubricate this better. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Maybe now we can do a little number on it here better. Better pick up that screw before I lose it. Well, she's nice and clean up underneath here, so. That might just be a little too tight. Maybe I could just try to loosen that a little bit, maybe. There we go. Look at that. Eh? That's better. That's what I like to see. Give it another little shot. There. I think that's going to be nice now. I don't want her too loose. Just so it turns nice and easy. Yeah. So, yeah. Now you'll be able to see the difference. That's a lot better now. You don't want it too loose, as I say, because you want it to be able to hold solid. But no matter usually where it is, this here locks it, so it should just lock right into place, like when that 45s. So, and if not, you just bring it up like that. No matter where you are, just pull it down to turn it. And then when you get it turned, and you want a spot, just bring it up to lock it. And it locks. So, yeah, that's coming along nicely now. I'm happy with that. All right. Might be able to snug it back up a smidgen. Yeah. Just needed to loosen them bolts at the back there just enough so that the lubricant can get down in behind it. You know, these are one of the, these what I'm trying to say, George. I'm trying to say that these have been given a bad rap over the years. And the only reason that they've been given that bad rap is because people aren't using them in their correct way. If you take the extra precautions, there is not a better saw on the market, especially this old Craftsman. You know, that thing is just awesome. And I have did more work with these things than you could ever imagine. And so I'm really happy to have it back in my shop again. The same as the other one. It gave up the ghost. It just did so much that the motor eventually kind of burned out. It wasn't burnt right out, but it was just getting bad and things like that. So I got rid of it, and it probably I could have. I'm pretty sure I could have fixed it, but I didn't think you change when you get older. My big shop down, I didn't have it. I didn't have it anymore. And so it was in this small shop, it takes up a lot of room. But, you know, 1 month after I got rid of it, I was sorry I did. You know, I was sorry I did. So I'm really happy to get this back again. Raise her up a bit. Get her lubricated. At least it turns. That's a good sign. Yeah. I think maybe I might have to take that saw blade off. I don't think it's going to be much good, that thing.